In this video, we're going to talk about the solution for numbers 71 to 80. And this is the part 8 of this General Education Mathematics Let Review. Number 71. The ratio of the number of red, green, and blue marbles in a rectangular box is 3:4:6. How many green marbles are there if there are 52 marbles in all? Let us know now the answer. The answer for this is 16. So let me show you how to solve it. So let us copy the ratio. So 3 is for red, 4 is for green, and 6 is for blue. And we have no idea how many red are there, green, and also blue. But we know the total. It's 52 marbles. And we're going to use that idea to solve this. So first is we're going to know the total units. It's the sum of 3, 4, and 6, which is 13 units. And we know that there are 52 marbles in all, so this 52 is represented by the total units, which is 13. And so we're going to divide it, so we will know the unit value. 52 divided by 13 is 4. That means each unit in the ratio represents 4 marbles. So now we can solve for the green. So we just have to times 4 the 4 units. It will be 16. That's why the answer is 16. But for us to know how many red and blue, then we can just multiply 3 times 4. It will be 12, as well as 6 times 4, 24. So by just knowing the unit value, you will know all the number of marbles for each color. Number 72. What percent of 3/4 is 3/5? The answer for this is 80%. So how do we get 80%? So let us use the usual formula to find a percent, which is the generic formula part divided by the whole times 100. So the part there will be the 3/5 and the whole will be the 3/4 because we're looking for the percent of 3/5 from 3/4. So times 100. And 3/5 divided by 3/4 will be a complex fraction, so we will write it in this way to make it simpler to do. 3/5 divided by 3/4 times 100. So the rule for dividing fraction is you just copy the first fraction and then change the division to times and get the reciprocal of the second fraction. And then times 100, you copy that. Then we can reduce this. You can cancel 3 and 3. So let us continue. So this will be 1 times 4 is 4 and 5 times 1 is 5. So again, we just multiply the numerator and the denominators. But because 3 and 3 are cancelled, so it becomes 1. Then times 100. But we can reduce this. 5 and 100 both are divisible by 5, so this becomes 20. So 4 times 20 is 80. So that means 3/5 is 80% of 3/4. Number 73. Which of the following has the largest perimeter? So let us know the answer. The answer for this is B. Why B? Now let's look at first the A. Circular pizza with radius. So actually it's the same as the B. They only differ with the radius. The radius for A is 8.5 centimeters. The radius for B is 13 centimeters. So obviously B is bigger than the A. And A cannot be the largest. So we only have 3 options left, B, C, or D. So we need to know the perimeter. For D, it's already given. It's a square pizza with perimeter of 80 centimeters. So we just need to compute for B and C. So B is circular, so we'll use the formula for circumference because that's the perimeter for a circle. It's called circumference, which is 2 pi r. So 2 times the approximate value pi is 3.14 times the radius 13 centimeters. So we'll multiply that. It will give you 81.64 centimeters. And that's the circumference, which is the perimeter of a circle in letter B. Now for letter C, it's a rectangular pizza. So we're going to use the formula for perimeter of a rectangle. Twice the length plus twice the width. So 2 times the length, which is 14 centimeters, plus 2 times 10 centimeters. It will be 28 plus 20, which will be 48 centimeters. And still, B is bigger than the C, because C is only 48 centimeters. Now, between B and D, D is 80 centimeters, while B is 81.64 centimeters. And so, B is having the largest perimeter. Number 74. So we have a given table. This is for both 74 and 75. The following are the results of the recent achievement test in mathematics of the 4 divisions. So we have division 1 and the mean score. So ignore the in seconds. I think this is not time, but it's score, which is 34 and standard deviation of 4.5. Division 2 having a mean score of 35 and standard deviation of 3. Division 3 having a mean score of 23 and standard deviation of 1. And division 4 having a mean score of 20 and standard deviation of 2. So here's the question for 74. Which division performed best? So the answer is B, division 2. So why B? It's because when you want to know who performed best, or meaning you want to know who got the best score, then you look at the mean, not the standard deviation. So the mean score is for division 2 is 35, and it is the biggest. That's why they performed best. Which division has the most homogeneous students? The answer is C, division 3. So why division 3? The question is asking for the most homogeneous students, meaning they are around having the same skill. So when it's like that, it's about homogeneity, then it should be the standard deviation. So it must be the smallest standard deviation, because the smaller the standard deviation, that means they are more uniform, they are more homogeneous. So they are more the same to each other. So the division 3 got 1, which is the small standard deviation, then it's the most homogeneous. Number 76. If x plus 6 equals 9, then 3x plus 1 equals... The answer for this is 10. Now let me show you how to do it. First is we're going to use the first equation, x plus 6 equals 9. And whatever is the value of x here, we're going to use that to the next equation. So let's transpose 6 to the other side. It's going to be like this, 9 minus 6. So when we transpose, we change sign to the opposite. Then minus 6, it will be 3. Then we are going to use the second equation. So 3x plus 1. So substitute x into 3, and 3 times 3 is 9. So 9 plus 1 is 10. So the answer is 10. Number 77. Barney can mow the lawn in 5 hours, and Fred can mow the lawn in 4 hours. How long will it take them to mow the lawn together? So let us know the answer. The answer for this is 2 and 2/9 hours. So how do you get this answer? Now let me show you how to solve a work problem. So this is the general formula for general equation for a work problem, where a and b are the time when they will do it alone, and x will be the time when they are going to do it together. So let us substitute. So let's use a as for Barney and b as for Fred. So it's 1 over 5 hours plus 1 over 4 hours equals 1 over x, and the x will be for when they are together, and that's what we are going to look for. Now we're going to combine 1/5 and 1/4, but then again we cannot combine it directly because they don't have the same denominator, but we can use a shorter way to solve a fraction or adding a fraction. So we can just cross multiply 1 times 4 and 1 times 5, as well as the denominator 5 times 4. So it will be like this. 5 times 4 is 20, so it's in the denominator. And then we multiply 4 times 1 is 4, plus 5 times 1 is 5. And that is faster than getting the least common denominator. Then we combine 4 plus 5, which is 9. So we have now 9 over 20 equals 1 over x. And then we cross multiply again. So 9 times x is 9x, and 20 times 1 is 20. So it will be like this. Then we divide both sides so that the 9 will be cancelled. So it will be x equals 20 over 9, and change it into mixed form, it will be 2 and 2 ninths. Number 78. At what rate should the amount 3,000 be invested to earn a simple interest of 450 pesos annually? So the answer for this is 15. So how do you get 15? So let us use the formula for interest equals PRT, or principal times rate times time. So the interest is given, it's annually 450 pesos, so it's 450, and the principal is given, it's 3,000, the one that is invested, and we're going to look for the rate, so it's R, and it's given that it's annually and there's no given time, so it's assumed that it's only 1 year. Then we are going to multiply this 3,000 times R times 1, which is 3,000 R. Then we're going to divide both sides by 3,000 so that it will be cancelled, and what's left is R. So it's going to be like this. Then we can reduce further, we can remove 1 0. In other words, it's dividing by 10 both numerator and denominator, so I'm just doing a shortcut to this. Now you can divide smaller number, 45 divided by 300. So it will give you 0.15, or in percent, it's 15%. Number 79. Tim's father earns 68,200 a year. What is his monthly salary? The answer is 5,683.33. So this problem is kind of easy. We know that it's 68,200 a year, so there are 12 months in a year, so we'll divide it by 12. And that's it. We get the answer. Number 80. If it takes 30 minutes for Jenny to type 3 pages, how many hours will it take her to type 63 pages at the same rate? So let us know the answer. The answer for this is 10 and 1/2 hours. So how did we get this answer? So first is we're going to know first how many minutes it takes for just one page. It's given that it's 30 minutes for 3 pages. So divided by 3, so we will know for each page. So for Jenny, it takes 10 minutes for every page. Now, there are 63 pages. So we will multiply it by 10 minutes, or times 10. So we'll have 630 minutes for the 63 pages. Now letter C is 630. Why is the answer not C? Take note that it's asking for how many hours. It's not asking for how many minutes. So we're going to convert 630 minutes into hours. So 630 divided by 60 minutes, because it's 60 minutes for an hour. And you will get 10.5 hours, or 10 and 1/2 in mixed form. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have learned from this video. Check out for the next part, the part 9 for this Gen Ed Math Let Reviewer.